Good morning. I was grumpy for a little bit because my intro song, which is again from me playing D&D and saying if I ever have a podcast, it's gonna be my intro song, wasn't playing, so I had to black it out and start again. But it's fine. Good morning. Maya, you're here on time. Today we're talking about cover letters, and I'm really excited actually, because it might as well finish off the trifecta of resumes, interviews, and cover letters, because all those three things are important to get a job, and getting a job is important to get money, and getting money is what we're all about here at Corvid Courses. So, good morning, Whitney. I'm talking here and then I'm yelling at the chat over in the corner. It's fine. It's fine. I'm doing great. I dressed up in a button-up and a tie last time, so here I am in my sweatshirt. Shout out to El Sage. Love this sweatshirt, you guys. So here we are. Anyway, so I used to teach. I used to be a junior advisor, and what we did was the kids, as their final project for the year, had to apply for a job. So they had to give us a resume and a cover letter, and regardless of how terrible the resume or cover letter was, they got an interview. They interviewed in front of the class, but like facing away from the class, so the class was like a silent observer. It worked out really well. I liked it. And that's the only reason I have any open widget. That does nothing for me. That's the only reason that I have some background knowledge on this. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not like the best at cover letters, but I am gonna tell you what I know, and then I'll tell you what somebody cooler than me knows, and then we're gonna talk about it. But first of all, what is a cover letter? It's a letter that covers your resume. So what used to happen was, to apply for a job, you would have your cover letter and your resume and your references, and you would mail them in or walk them in and hand them to somebody. We don't do that anymore. Not all the time. Sometimes we still do. Sometimes you still walk down to your local coffee shop and hand them your resume. Totally a thing that happens. What happens more frequently now is that you send it in online, but you can still attach a cover letter to it. When I was in college, I was an administrative assistant, and one of my jobs every year for 3 years, because the first year I was just being a student and not working, was to hire desk attendants. So people who work at the front desk in the dorm, check mail, check out movies, check out pool equipment, all the usual stuff, you know. You don't because you're in high school, but it's the same. And what we would do is we would get thousands of applications for 5 desk attendants. I don't have time to go through thousands of applications. And so it kind of sucks, but we had cover letters optional. We didn't get to choose what the what the application looked like, but resume was mandatory, cover letter was optional. What we did was we decided to pare down on the thousands of applications, was to only look at the ones that did the cover letter, even though it was optional. And my reasoning was that if something's optional in a job, I want you to do it. Which sounds really bad. But that's why we just cut out anything that didn't have a cover letter attached. Saved a bunch of time. Probably missed out on some really good candidates, but also found some really good candidates. So do it. Do it even if it says it's optional. I'm going to show you a cover letter towards the end that has been updated by a hiring manager, and that it's a before and after. The after is kind of thick, but I'll read it out loud. It's going to be great. It's also got some references that I'm going to honestly tell you I don't know, because they're from Game of Thrones and I haven't ever watched Game of Thrones. Or maybe you'll know. I know enough to recognize it. Okay, so before I do that though, let's talk about what's in a cover letter. So cover letters usually, or typically, the information, like the mailing information of the place, and then your information, and then it says something like good morning, or they just say that, to whom it may concern. all that kind of stuff, like this. So it's, to whom it may concern, dear hiring manager, if you know the person, use their name. If you don't know their person but you know their gender, you can use sir or madam. But in general, it's safest just to go with to whom it may concern. You know, like you do. You don't always have to have the mailing address of the place and your mailing address. In our digital world, we probably don't actually have that on there. I do because it's something that I'm just used to doing, but it isn't like a necessary thing for you to be hired to add their address and stuff. But it does show that you looked them up a little bit. Guys, I'm getting the quarantine 20. Look at this. It's fine. Okay, so introduction, and then a brief paragraph of like where you saw this from. So did you get the did you see it on Craigslist? Did you see it on Indeed? Did you see it on the window of the shop? And what are you applying for? So it's just, here's what I'm doing. There's some websites out there with a very good point that you should actually, you're trying to catch their attention here because they, again, go through thousands of these. Maybe hundreds of thousands. I don't know. It depends on the job you're applying for. But you really do need to catch attention and keep it. So this could even be you saying something like, upon walking along the boardwalk, I saw that, I don't know. It really does depend on the situation, but you do want to catch the attention. Don't do it sarcastically. I saw one that was like, I'm going to do truth and a lie. I had 20% sales increase last year. I have 2 toes missing. And I work for this company. The last one's a lie for now. And it was just super cheesy and I wouldn't have read it. But maybe some hiring managers need that kind of giggle in their life. So be brave, maybe. This also is for a job that maybe doesn't have any vacancies right now, right? I'm wired to inquire. Maybe if you do that and you apply for a job that doesn't have any vacancies, when they do have a vacancy, they'll be like, hey, we already kind of got a person that's pretty good for this job. So they might just hire you. I don't know, maybe. And briefly introduce yourself in this paragraph. So I'm writing to inquire if there's any vacancies at McDonald's. I'm currently working as a barista and I go to Mount Vernon High School. That's it. That's all you need. That's high school level. If I'm higher level, I might say something like, I'm currently working as a math teacher at Mount Vernon High School and I'm looking for a company where I have more or smaller classes or something. I don't know why I'd be looking for a new job right now like this one. If I'm like part-time next year, I couldn't do that, so that would be a reason. There we go. Don't do that. End of first paragraph. Very short. Catchy. Okay, next. Oh, that was wrong. Next. You kind of reintroduce yourself again. So the second paragraph is who you are and why you'd be good for them. Okay? So that doesn't say experience, this is work experience. Ooh, that typo's gonna haunt me forever, so I can't fix it. Just fix it in your minds. So as you can see from my resume, I have worked in as a barista and gained experience working with people, with time management, and with organization. Maybe you're bilingual and want to highlight that. My native tongue is Spanish and I'm fluent in both English and Spanish. That'd be pretty cool. That's unique in a lot of places. Or I'm just getting out of college and my experience in college has prepared me for this kind of job. So I'm looking for this, right? So who you are and what you'll bring to the table. If you have hard numbers, bring them. So if you increase sales 25%, or if you are the manager and have increased employee morale and you can prove it with a number, bring that into this because it shows that you are aware and gathering that kind of data. They love that stuff. Especially your experience. Don't leave typos in your cover letters, you guys. Don't do it. It shows that you don't have that kind of attention to detail, especially if you use the words attention to detail in your cover letter and you have a typo, you're out. I'm throwing your stuff out. Okay. This is why you're best. You're the best. I'm the ideal candidate because I blah. I would change this. I wouldn't even say I believe. Like, I don't think that that's accurate because they know you're talking about yourself and what you believe. So I would be the ideal candidate based on the fact that I'm whatever the thing are that makes you special in your current job or school. Okay. The idea of this paragraph is that you highlight why you're a good fit for the company. Okay. Now, the third paragraph, you tell the company why they're a good fit for you. This is something that people don't do frequently. This shows that you have you've done your research, you have researched the company, you know what they're all about, and you're excited about it. Okay? What are their company goals? Don't just copy paste from the website. Rephrase it in your own words. What have they done in the recent past? When I applied for Mount Vernon, having that goal of 100% graduation every day counts was one of the things that I highlighted that I really liked about it. And then Mount Vernon itself being such a great place for the arts was one of the other things that I highlighted in my interview. I really love Mount Vernon, and I brought that out in my cover letter because I wanted them to know that I am not just a person applying for any job out there, that there's really good places for me. Now, if you're new to somewhere or you don't know where Mount Vernon is, do your research and make sure you're not looking up a different Mount Vernon because then they'll think that you're crazy. If it's a new company, learning and growing with them, bringing stuff to the table as they bring stuff to you. If you're just out of college and looking for experience, it's in my hair. Oh, it's just the earring thing. If you're just out of college and looking for experience, you can talk about that. I'm looking for experience in this field because I have the background now and I want to have the real deal. So there's a whole paragraph that's the same size as the first paragraph, just on how the company can help you and why the company is a good fit for you. It's like a date. Got to convince them that you're good for them, and you got to convince yourself that they're good for you, but out loud. I don't ever date like that. I don't know what that is. Then you thank them for their time, and you leave the door open for the next step. Okay. So you say, thank you for taking the time to consider my application. Something like that. If you do wish to speak further on this, feel free to contact me. Insert your contact information here. The more places your contact information is on the resume, on your cover letter, on your application, they can't miss it. Write it everywhere. And then if you're sending a letter in, you say find your resume or references enclosed. And if it's an email or an application, you say please find my resume and references attached. It's not the end of the world if you say it backwards, but that's just a thing you do. And then we sign off. We say, sincerely. If you don't know how to spell sincerely, look it up. I like to say respectfully. It's one of the ones that I got, and I was like, oh, I like that, respectfully. So I use that all the time. Sign it. Then scan it back in again to the computer. Print your name nicely. Your name should be all over the paper as well, top and bottom. Not as big as the resume, like in the top corner. And your contact information again. Once again, the more places it's there, they can't miss it. My lender, my real estate money person, her signature line says, be so good they can't ignore you. Write your information everywhere, they can't ignore it. You know, like you do. Ow. Guys, I love these earrings. Do you see them? Of course you do. They're so shiny. It's Cascade jewelry, but I think I'm allergic to the hangers, so I need to switch these out. Which is fine. It's easy. I have so many extra things. Okay. That's what a cover letter looks like. Actually, let me really show you what a cover letter looks like. But once again, let's just clarify. What you're writing about, who you are, why you're good for the company, who the company is, why they're good for you, thank you, signature, etc. Okay. So you have a basic 5-paragraph essay, but it's only 4. Everything that your English teacher taught you is true in this as well. Okay. Except that not like double-spaced, 12-point font, 3 to 7 pages, not that kind of thing. Short and sweet, personal, all this kind of stuff. Let's really talk about personal right now. Okay. My cat's mad at me, so I locked him out. By the way, I did not make this. I wish I had. This is from askamanager.org, from a 2014 article. And this is a... Do you hear him? He's like knocking down the door. This is an article that she posted where this is the before. This is a perfectly good cover letter, but it's also like 90%. Is that what she said? 95% of all cover letters. It's the kind that you don't really read. But let's read it. Dear hiring manager, your posting on LinkedIn for a sales and marketing coordinator recently caught my eye, and I think you will find I am an exceptional candidate for this position. Oops. Again, I need to do this. The next period is the next line, but we'll figure that out. Where this is from, why I'm sending you this letter. Next one. I am an accomplished administrative professional and a junior in the marketing and management program at River Run University. Location. Over the past 10 years, I have provided a high-level support in a variety of industries and across multiple functional areas. I am now seeking a position that will make the most of my administrative experience while offering additional opportunities for personal and professional development. Who I am, why I'm good for you. In exchange, they don't really do that thing where they do the research on the company. In exchange, I offer exceptional attention to detail, highly developed communication skills, and a talent for managing complex projects with a demonstrated ability to prioritize and multitask. My accomplishments and qualifications are further detailed in the attached resume. I welcome the opportunity to meet with you and discuss the value that I can bring to your organization. Warmest regards, Caitlin Stark. Okay. Maya said to let my cat in, so I'm going to do that. But fair warning, he might not come up here. We'll see. Just got this chair for Christmas. Oh! He did. Rocket, say hi. So grumpy. Okay, so that was an original. Again, totally fine. Nothing to like write home about. Now, I'm going to warn you ahead of time. It's got like doubled in size, and so I made it like all the way on the page. So I am going to read it again, because I do want to make sure that you get your butt out of my face, that you get it all. So, this is the after version. I'm just going to read this, and then we'll talk about why it's so much better. And again, I'm going to read it because it's kind of small. Dear hiring manager, it is with great enthusiasm that I submit my application for the position of sales coordinator for the Westeros Castle project. Specific. As an administrative professional with over 10 years experience, I know my diverse skills and qualifications will make me an asset to the Westeros project team. As you will see from the attached resume, I've built my career in a variety of roles and industries, mostly in small companies where I was not just the admin, but also gatekeeper, technology whiz, bookkeeper, and marketing guru. I'm not only used to wearing many hats, I sincerely enjoy it. I thrive in an environment where no 2 workdays are exactly the same. In addition to being flexible and responsive, I'm also a fanatic for details, particularly when it comes to presentation. Pause for drinking. Rocket, Maya loves you. It's so right there. One of my recent projects involved coordinating a 200-page grant proposal. I proofed and edited the narratives provided by the division head, formatted spreadsheets, and generally made sure every line was letter perfect, and that the entire finished project conformed to the specific guidelines of the RPF. The result? A 5-year, $1.5 million grant award. I believe in applying the same level of attention to detail to tasks as visible as prepping the materials for a top-level meeting and as mundane as making sure the copier never runs out of paper. Last but not least, I want you to know that I'm a passionate Westeros fan and a longtime supporter of the Newcastle. I've been following the Newcastle movement since the earliest days of the original Save the Tombs campaign, and I'm so excited to see this vision becoming a reality. I've already checked out the Newcastle website, and the renderings of the new throne and Great Hall are stunning to say the least. I particularly love the vintage murals and art featured throughout the building. Nice touch. In closing, I am thrilled at the possibility of becoming involved in the Newcastle, almost literally from the ground up, and would love the opportunity to meet with you and discuss the value that I can bring. This is where my non-nerdiness comes in. Targaryen Organization, the Westeros Castle Project. I appreciate your consideration and look forward to hearing from you. Warm regards, Caitlin. Okay, let's break this down. This has all those parts, right? It's who I am. It's background. It's what I'll bring to you. It's what I'm excited about from you. And then in closing, all this stuff. Oh my gosh. And then this has such personality in it. This is the kind of person that a hiring manager will absolutely interview. Maybe not offer the job, but this is definitely an interview person. I would interview this person. I would love to talk to them because they're excited about their work. They do specific examples of, instead of just saying I'm organized or I have good attention to detail, they have an entire paragraph about how their attention to detail manifests as they work. How it shows up. And then they sound so excited about this project that I want them on it. I don't even know what the project is. I want them on it. Now I'm going to have the exact same caution as the lady that has this. This is Allison. Allison Green at askamanager.org. Her blog is amazing. This is not yours. You can't have it. Okay? This one is blah enough that you could probably even get away with just using it. But this is one that's memorable and specific. She has gotten people applying for her jobs using this cover letter. She's like, that's mine. How dare you? You can't use it. This is a very good example because it's so specific to Caitlin. Okay? Yours should be just as personal to you. Which is hard to do. And once you find a good resume, you really do stick with it. Or not resume. Once you get a good cover letter, you really do stick with it. But we don't necessarily... we don't want to, because you're going to get better at certain things. You're going to highlight certain things. But regardless, it's got to be about you. So that's what a good cover letter really does. So my walkthrough here. Do you have something to add? My walkthrough here is a good template. But if I just use this as a cover letter, it would be so... mundane. We really do need it to be personalized. And that's something that I might actually go work on too. Because mine is pretty mundane. I've been more focused on the resume part of this than the cover letter part of this. Mine are decent, but it highlights how cool I am because I used to teach every single math class. But my face is just not in this square. It's fine. Okay, bye. He just jumped down. That's better. Hey. The really good thing is when you have a good resume, when you have a good cover letter, they look at your resume. When you have a good resume, they invite you for an interview. When you have a good interview, you get the job. You need all three things. So, I wouldn't, oh, by the way, all these options are from, not all of them, but most of them are from Western's Green Guide. Western Washington University has a green guide to resumes and cover letters, which I don't know the link to because they rearranged their website on me from when I made this for my students, but it's all good. And I told you this one. It's down here. AskAManager.org. I don't mind looking at your cover letters if you want to make one. You probably don't have one yet. I didn't have one until I applied for a job in college. I'm happy to look at them. I'm not as good at them as I am at resumes, but I'm willing to look. I'm not terrible. I'm just, my, let's see, my scale is resumes. Probably interviews and then cover letters, but maybe interviews and cover letters are around the same thing. Do you have any questions? That was my good 20-ish minutes of a YouTube video. Guys, I keep getting bots commenting on my videos. Somebody commented on the Algebra 1 one that it was great content and they enjoyed it. You didn't watch that algebra video. You don't need to know how to solve problems from Vertex Forum that I posted 2 hours ago. So, hey, let me do the thing. Subscribe to my channel. Specifically because Algebra 1, I made a video last week. I forgot to post it. I posted it on YouTube. I just forgot to link it in the classroom. So, if you subscribe to my channel, you will never lose a video again. And if you like my stuff, other people will see these too. Good morning, Lauren. What do you mean what's going on? We just covered all the cover letters. See, this is the longest cover letter, but the best one because it's so personalized. I guess you'll have to watch this later. Also, I don't know how many people actually watch this after, but I think it's just you three when I do it in the mornings. Which is fine. It's all good. We're going to do Algebra 2 on Wednesday, which, those of you who are watching who are in Algebra 2, we're going to need the notes from this week. So, like, it builds on itself. So get those done if you're going to come watch the stream. Get them done maybe tomorrow. Yeah, that'll help you. Also, happy Monday! Guys, I'm so sniffly because of all the freaking flowers outside. Come on. 4 people watching. Who's the 4th? Hello! I really appreciate YouTube showing me what's happening. You're going to end my stream, sir. It's fine, whatever. Okay, no, I don't see any cover letter questions. Stop it. Mondays aren't happy. Well, non-happy Monday. I am confused. You already finished this morning's? Because you turned in last week's late. You just did them all at once. Oh my gosh. Lauren, I know. Mondays, I post everything. I'm awake by 9, so I can post everything by 10. I do this at 11. I have office hours at 3, and then I do D&D from 6 to 9 at night. Like, it's a long day. That's 9 to 9. And I fill it with other things like planning my next lesson and eating food, but it's still super exhausting. I hear you. Well, hopefully keeping Mondays as Corvid courses will help make Mondays a little bit better. I don't know. Lauren sent me a huge list of good ideas. One of them is changing a tire, which I can totally do. I just don't know how to stream it. So I might have to do some thinking on that one. And then my computer is currently like plugged into the internet, which is in the front of the house, and my kitchen's in the back of the house. So I don't even think that I can like cook for you. Which would be cool. I don't know how to do it. Yeah, I need to go grocery shopping. I might do that. I might have to do that tomorrow. I didn't need to this weekend, but I'm like running out, you know. I made soup with bread rolls, and thoroughly enjoyed making that, but I didn't make it. It was too sticky, so I was just in the kitchen laughing, trying to get all the bread off my hands. So I wasn't trying to knead it, you know. And I didn't put enough flour in, but it was delicious. And I made a second, so I made 2 bread bowls and then 1 like loaf of bread. It's really flat. It didn't rise as well. I forgot to let it rise in the second step. So what I'm saying is, I don't know how to do things that are not me sitting in this chair for you, but we'll figure it out, I think, because that's what the rest of the list basically looks like. Got a little lump on your nose. What are you doing? Okay. Guys, I think we're done a little bit early today. Hey. Rocket's sitting on the mouse. Rocket's my cat. I thought I lost some eyebrows. But, you know, come hang... My face is frozen like this. Come hang out at office hours. I'll be there today at 3 to 4. I tried keeping them as after school time in case you like did your homework and then. Okay, cat. I need the mouse. We're never leaving. No, we don't hurt each other. He's about to attack me. Okay. No. Sorry. This is why he stays outside. Totally set up appointments. Just let me know when you need an assistant and I'm there for you. I don't know what just opened. Okay. Yeah. Oh, like for this, I can teach you how to set up appointments. I tried with my stupid doctor's appointment. Oh, that's wrong. Face. I tried with my doctor's appointments, but they were closed. But I can teach you how to do that more. Check that one out. The doctor's appointment's one. It might help you. Y'all, he attacked me. I'm so mad about it. It's just showing on the screen. Oh, it skipped over it a little bit. Yeah, we'll do that. Let me know what else you think is a good idea. I'll do the things. But I only have to think about it once a week now instead of once or 3 times a week, which actually makes me feel a lot better. It sounds bad. Okay. I don't know. I'm gonna go plan for Wednesday's lesson. And I will see you then. Let's do the thing. Ready? Let's collect knowledge. Like Corvids collect shiny things. And I will see you, well, Wednesday, but next week.